Everyone talks about your morning routine like it's the secret to weight loss, but your 5 a.m. miracle morning doesn't help if your night habits keep wrecking it. Having coached over 1,000 clients, I can tell you this. The nighttime is what really separates the people who succeed versus those who are stuck in endless yo-yo dieting. Because it doesn't just ruin your nights, it ruins your mornings too. You stay up too late, sleep through your workout, and start tomorrow even worse. Then you go to bed again, knowing it wasn't what you wanted, but not really knowing why it keeps happening. For many years, I thought I had a discipline problem, but I just had a night problem, and it kicked off the moment I sat down for dinner. Like most people, I'd been told to eat light at night, so I'd have a good, clean dinner. Chicken, salad, all the nutritious stuff, and feel proud of myself. Then I'd sit down to relax with some TV and find myself thinking, you know what would be really relaxing right now? Some chocolate and wine. So I get some, and before I know it, I've had so much chocolate and wine that I'm stuffed. My feeling of pride turns into deep disappointment with myself. I think, tomorrow I won't slip. But then every night, the same movie plays over and over again. It wasn't until I flipped the script and made dinner my biggest meal of the day that the movie finally ended. Not the biggest pile of food, but the most satisfying. Yes to the nutritious stuff, half-plate veggies, palm-sized protein, 2 cupped handfuls of grains and fruit, but also yes to the thing I really wanted, a glass of wine, 2 squares of chocolate. All eaten for 30 minutes, no screens, lo-fi music to really relax into the taste. A real I'm feasting and feeling good vibe. This combination does 2 things. The food satisfies your body by sitting in your stomach for hours, and the protein even changes your brain circuitry to make tempting foods look less tempting. Then ending on your craving, eaten with full attention, means your brain feels satisfied too. You're not fighting late night cravings anymore. You're removing the reason for them to show up in the first place. But here's the next trap. The feast opened the door to a different night, calm, full, in control. But your old habits are chasing you down to pull you back. And they're patient. They don't fight you tonight. They let you win the battle. You go to bed feeling proud of how you perfectly nailed the day. But then the next day, you undo all of it by going off plan. If you have ever swung from perfect day to ruined day and back and forth, that's the old habits letting you have the battles, but winning the war. So while you're still in that calm, full window, you prepare to win the war. You lock in tomorrow, tonight. How you do this depends on when in the day tends to be your weak spot. You probably already know which one's yours, so just fix that one. If it's in the morning, when in a rush you grab the fastest thing instead of the most satisfying thing, set up a mini version of habit 1 tonight. A palm of protein, a half palm of the thing you crave, eaten slow with morning gentle music and no phone for 20 minutes. No rushing. If it's in the afternoon, that stretch between lunch and dinner where you try to light snack your way through and it adds up to too much, prepare tonight 1 palm-sized protein snack for 3 hours after lunch. It kills the hunger, lowers the cravings, and lands you at the dinner table with mild instead of ravenous hunger, which makes habit 1 easier to do. Now that you have locked in tomorrow, time to shut the next 3 doors on your old habits so you win tonight. Starting with the one waiting the exact moment you finish prepping for tomorrow. You walk over to the couch, grab your phone, scroll, and maybe even put on a TV show. Feels like rest. Until your brain starts nudging. Hey, it's more relaxing with something to munch on, remember? You're not hungry, but you decide just a little snack. Then an hour later, you've had way more than little. You're stuffed. Again, what's happening is your mouth just needs something to do. It's used to it, especially late at night. It's also easily fooled. Pop in a minty gum, and not only does your brain get satisfied, but mint has a way of making food feel gross. This solves the late night snacking problem, but that phone you're scrolling and TV you're watching is about to make your old habits win in a big way tomorrow. Because what both do is keep your brain hyper-stimulated. You end up getting into bed way too late, and even when you do, the quality of your sleep is mediocre at best. Poor sleep cranks up your hunger and cravings the next day, so you wake up with a body that's already primed to overeat. It's not surprising then when you overeat, but you blame yourself. Think, today's ruined, let's start tomorrow, and maybe you do. But then nighttime habits take over again, and the cycle repeats endlessly. You see, the problem isn't the phone itself, but rather the expectation that you'll go from fully on to fully off like a light switch. Our bodies, though, are more like a dimmer. Here's your dimmer routine. Set your phone to lock you out for 15 minutes, an hour before you want to go to bed. After those 15 minutes, you can resume scrolling your phone if you wish. But during those 15 minutes, do your wind down routine. Head to the bathroom to rinse off in a hot shower. This activates your body to relax. Then optionally, if you like, massage lotion gently into your skin and brush your teeth. You'll feel your body downshift from wired to calm. Now, if you want to return to scrolling, you can, but most times you won't want to as long as you close this last door on your old habits. This last door requires there to be something more inviting than your phone. A tall order, I know. The good news is with the dimmer routine, you've already put yourself in the mental state to feel more drawn toward lower stimulation activities than your phone. Now you just need a nudge, and that nudge is into a bedroom that's cozy and inviting. Here's how I set mine up. Shut the curtains to block all light. Turn on the white noise machine, which instantly downshifts me into drowsy territory. My room is already at the right temperature, the bed is made, I make it every morning. I get into bed, position my night mask on top of my head, and grab my fiction book off the nightstand to read until my eyes start feeling heavy. The movie finally ends differently. Every night. But here's the thing, your nights are just one piece of the puzzle. What about a plan for the morning, the week, the month, the whole year, so that you have a complete roadmap of how to lose weight sustainably? You can do this in two ways. One, if you want me to build and coach you through your customized weight loss plan that's adapted to your body, psychology, and habits, so you overcome nighttime cravings and the dozen other barriers in your way, then learn more about my weight loss program in the description and comments below. Or if you want to DIY it, then you don't want to ignore this video where I show you the morning habits that'll make or break your consistency. Combine them together and you're upping the chances significantly that every day you choose the healthy habits over the bad ones. So you don't want to miss the complete step-by-step breakdown here. And always remember, you can do it.